You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. A massive game midweek for Liverpool and Chelsea at Anfield. Wednesday, 8:15 kickoff. My good friend Matisse is back on the channel.
Come on.
As he always is whenever we play Chelsea. He's the only voice that I need to hear from, because most of the time it is pessimistic, and that's what we love, a pessimistic Chelsea fan. But no, seriously, smash that like button. Listen, it's our first home Premier League game since Jurgen Klopp has announced the seismic news that he'll be leaving at the end of the season. To get straight into it, do you think that decision has an impact on the direct game on Wednesday night for both teams?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think for the rest of the season, I expect you guys to be fully charged. Now, I heard you speaking about this on the day. Whether that works for you or against you from an emotional standpoint, I think that time will tell in the finals and the last few days of the title race. And potentially Europa League, latter stages and stuff. But I think on a game-to-game basis in the Premier League, I just think you guys are just going to give the extra, 5-10% that you're already going to give anyway under Klopp. You're going to give now even more. I'm kind of glad that you had the Norwich game, because I feel like that just took a little bit of the sting out. You're still going to have the whole, atmosphere on a high and whatnot. But I just think that Norwich game was massive. Just get that little bit of a buffer between the announcement and the match, but it's gonna be tough.
You mentioned the percentages going up in terms of the passion, the output that the players are going to give for Klopp. If there is a game where we could actually do with a bit more impetus in front of goal, it is this one. The amount of draws that we've seen, the amount of 0-0 draws that we've seen, or 1-0 or 2-2 between Liverpool and Chelsea. I mean, I can't remember a team that we've drawn against so many times, including the two finals, by the way, in 2022, which were both drawn. 7 in a row. It's ridiculous. I mean, Liverpool come into this one on top of the league, still in all competitions. It's almost a little warm-up, really, for the Carabao Cup final, which is happening, in a month. Do you think Chelsea come into this game almost with a kind of an eye on the final that's to come? And do you think they kind of try and... It's like a boxer, right? If you sparred with someone, you've got to fight them in a month. Do you try and get a few tips to maybe go into that final a bit better equipped if you're playing Liverpool at this time?
It's tough, because I think that final's going to be a very different game, because it is a final, because it is an opportunity at a trophy for obviously yourselves, but Pochettino, this team have not won anything. So I think that final will be a different kind of game entirely. But in this one, I feel like the pressure's off us a little bit, purely because of the fact that we know that you're in a title race, you guys are the strong favourites, and now this whole Klopp thing, it's taken a bit of the pressure off. Obviously, we still need to get a result, because where we are on the table is not good enough and we need points badly. But I don't think if we lost this game, anyone would be like, oh, what's going on here? As long as it wasn't an absolute, battering. But I expect us to be competitive at a bare minimum. I'm not expecting us to win. I'm not expecting us to stop you guys from pushing on in the league. But we do very well against you, and we usually perform. We got the players to do it, and we've been playing pretty well recently. So I'm not confident, but I am looking forward to it. As long as these guys don't, capitulate, which would be ridiculous. Anybody would be angry with that. Then I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
From a Liverpool point of view, it looks like great news on the injury front. Szoboszlai obviously returned yesterday, got an assist. Robertson got an incredible ovation when he came back on the pitch. Everyone seems to be coming back at the right time for Liverpool. Obviously, Mo Salah, now Egypt have crashed out of the AFCON, will be coming home and obviously continuing his rehab. Maybe he's available in the next couple of weeks. But do you think that it could work against Chelsea in terms of all of these kind of top players for Liverpool are coming back into the team?
I was worried regardless, because obviously Van Dijk, Konate, I think these two this season,
Imperious.
Just ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about a partnership that is just impenetrable, and our striker situation is absolutely bleak. It's shocking, honestly. Like, Breuer's up front. Sometimes it's Cole Palmer, who's not a striker. I don't want to see him there, but we have to play him there sometimes because it's the only option we have. And then you've got these Washingtons and other players that are just nowhere near the level, should be out on loan in the Championship. We do not have the striker to come to Anfield and to get any change out of those centre-backs. Diego Costa of old, or we could have said, it's going to be a fun battle, but nah, it's just not. Jackson's at AFCON, so
I mean, Diego Costa, that's 10 years ago. We're talking about now, people.
Yeah,
when
so
he first came.
There's the striker situation is a mess, and you guys, your academy products are chipping in. So even with the key players out, I saw McConnell's assist there at the weekend. Bradley's been playing very well.
Man of the match
Jones had a great season. So, it's not like as if you guys have not been performing whilst those guys have been away. Nunes is starting to play well. I've been big critic of Nunes this season because he's one of these players that, the amount of chances he gets, he sometimes misses absolute sitters. But the last couple of games, he's actually been playing really well. Like, he's just his overall game. So, yeah, regardless of injuries, I already knew this was going to be a tough game, regardless.
Yeah, let's get into the lineup prediction then for Liverpool. It will be Alisson in goal. Trent, again, he came on last night. Perfect timing for him to come back. He's had his nice kind of R&R time the last 10, 11 days.
Yeah.
So he'll play right back. Again, Jarell Quansah, who's his birthday today. He's only 20. So shout out to a man like Jarell.
Another one,
who did play really well yesterday as well. You've obviously got Konate and Virgil, who will play that game. And then the left back, I mean, this is a big question, guys. Let me know how you feel about just immediately replacing Joe Gomez with Robertson. A lot of people were upset to see Gomez go in at left back when Robbo was injured, but now the coin has turned. They're saying, well, what's Robertson done to earn that place? It's all about earning that spot back, which I think is healthy. It's very healthy for the team. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gomez starts at left back. I wouldn't be surprised if Robertson did. Let me know who you'd rather. In the midfield, it looks like McAllister will be back. Soboslai, really nice assist yesterday from the corner. So I expect them both to play. Gravenberch obviously scored and had a decent game yesterday. But then again, Curtis Jones has been unbelievable this season. I think he scored 5 now. Harvey Elliott could go there. We saw McConnell. Obviously Endo. Are Japan still in AFCON? Sorry, Asian Cup?
Asian Cup. I'm not sure actually. They had a shock loss to Iraq.
They did, so I need to apologies for that. But Endo again should be available soon, if not for this game. And then up front, obviously still no Mo Salah, so take your pick from Gakpo, Jota, Nunez or Diaz. I think any of them three could play in any of those 3 positions. So I'm expecting one of those names to miss out on Wednesday from the start. So again, Liverpool will go strong, knowing as well that we play Arsenal away on Sunday. This is a huge week for Liverpool in terms of just carrying on that momentum, showing Klopp that even though we know he's leaving, business still has to run as normal. So let's get into our predictions for the game. I'm going to be at this one. If you are at the game, make sure you come and say hi after for the fan cams. 8:15 kickoff, Matisse. I'm disgusted by it.
They're doing this thing now with the 7:30s where by the time that game gets to half time, this one's just kicking off so they don't lose 15 minutes of people switching off the TVs, I guess. But yeah, bruh, it's long.
Because when you're working these late nights, as if it wasn't late enough already, those 15 minutes.
You'll be doing the fan cams.
Trust me, I'll be doing the fan cams half an hour later than I normally do them, and it all counts because I've got to get the train 9 o'clock back to London the next day. Anyway, that's my issues to worry about, no one else's. But prediction, I mean, if there was, as you mentioned, 7 draws in a row in the league, is it? If there's one game where that kind of hoodoo changes, it will be this game. I don't think this will be a draw, if I'm honest with you. Again, give some credit to Chelsea in terms of the way they've, scored a few goals against Middlesbrough. Obviously, really poor performance at home to Villa. You never know what Chelsea you're going to get, but there have been glimpses.
I will say it wasn't even that poor. It was
quite open though. The defense.
It was a tough result to take. I think we were better than them for the first 60, and then obviously maybe some tired legs because of the game they just played a couple of days ago. They hadn't played for 12 days, so they were much more fresh than us. But we don't take our chances. So we should have been 2-0 up in that game. Palmer had a good press and then missed a one-on-one. Madueke should have scored right outside in goal. Palmer could have scored another. But you don't take your chances, you don't score. That's my problem with this game, is that we've been heavily reliant on Cole Palmer this season, putting the ball in the back of the net. And if he doesn't, Sterling is very hit and miss. And then everybody else out there is very raw. Obviously, Caicedo's been playing brilliantly last month or so. Enzo is a great player as well. But if you don't have that cutting edge against Liverpool, they will score, and that's the problem. Yeah,
I do think the draw kind of narrative is going to change on Wednesday, and then obviously that gives you confidence and momentum going into the big final against Chelsea again in the Carabao Cup. So prediction, please, brother. How's this game going from minute 1 to 90?
I think it'll be a close game. I do think you guys are going to edge it because I don't think we have the cutting edge. I will say though, if Nkuku gets himself fit, Jackson comes back from AFCON, I think the Carabao Cup could be a very different game.
And they're both not involved on Wednesday.
No,
is that
they
right?
won't be involved.
Okay.
I think if Nkuku's on the bench, but he's not ready, so I'm not even going to count him. So yeah, I do think you guys are probably going to edge it 2-1 or something. Yeah.
Let us know in the chat what you think. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. I just think the emotion, the occasion, the kind of energy will just be a little bit too much for Chelsea. Listen, we saw Norwich score 2 at Anfield yesterday, Championship team. So there are still chances to be taken. But as you said, that clinical edge, that cutting edge, it has to be on point for Chelsea on Wednesday. So I'm going for a Liverpool win. Again, as we said, massive game against Arsenal on Sunday, so stick around on the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the Kop TV, trust me, innit, Matisse, now is the time to do that.
Damn straight.
Right?
There's a lot coming up.
There's a lot coming up. We'll probably have Robbie on the channel on Thursday as well for that preview. But Matisse, as always, bro, thanks so much for coming on. I know he's not well at the minute, so in the comments, show some love.
Thank you.
And if you have not already, this man right next to me, one of the most prolific live streamers. I mean, people make jokes at this point. They're saying, oh, you're doing a Matisse. The work he puts in is incredible. And it isn't just Chelsea. He does talk about not just football, in fact, either, different sports, but he does cover Liverpool a lot as well. Yeah. So make sure you go show some love to Matisse in the comments, a real guy. But until Wednesday night, mate, we're enemies. Then we will be again at the end of February. So I'm going for a Liverpool win. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, comment and subscribe. We'll see you after the game Wednesday. Take care.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.